Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's episode, we are focusing on one topic, which is the swearing in of President Abdel al-Sisi for a third presidential term yesterday. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Mr. Rahman, the political analyst and journalist and writer. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Pleasure and honor is all mine.
Thank you so much. Mr. Rahman, how did you follow yesterday the swearing in of President Abdel al-Sisi for a third presidential term in office? How did you see it as a new mandate by the people of Egypt?
Each and every one of us, as Egyptians, we have felt a very special and significant feeling as we have witnessed a significant and historical day. Historical that connected to the future, our future as Egyptians, as we are witnessing the beginning of a new phase in building the new republic, which represents a new start towards the dream that we are all yearning to achieve. We are all sharing efforts to build all together. We have felt as soldiers with their own leader, the leader of the new state, the new republic, the new Egypt that we are all building together, standing side by side on one front, never divided to any political powers, but as an army standing around its leader in a new capital for Egypt. A very significant and important project from my point of view. A new capital is a true meaning of a new state, a new republic, a new Egypt that we are seeking to build. Mr. President Abdel al-Sisi has made it clear that this day is a new beginning for all of us. And I believe that starting from yesterday, we are witnessing very significant events, and we need to concentrate efforts together side by side as the same oath we have given to the president since day one of his presidency, as soldiers, as an army, a whole nation of an army, each and every one as soldier in his post, me, you, each and every one of us, standing on his post as a soldier, taking the lead and taking the chance for, I believe, such a chance so many nations do not have in their history. We have already succeeded to preserve our national security, our borders, our strategic borders, our independence in a time that so many countries all around us have already disappeared or divided, just gone in the thin air on the map. But we are the strongest army, and we are, as a nation of all soldiers, we have preserved our own nation, our own land. This land deserves from us to stand side by side, and again, never divided by any political powers, but only as an army. We have given that oath to Mr. President, and we are protecting that oath with our own lives as soldiers. And it's time for us to move on, move forward. We are under pressures, heavy pressures from the same powers that tried to apply on us what they have succeeded around us, but they couldn't. They couldn't because we are the strongest army, the true rock in this region. On this rock, we have succeeded, and on this rock, the agendas were broken and smashed upon this rock. we are standing tall together side by side, and we are confronting the challenges from abroad and from within. The abroad powers, they have arms inside, and we have to fight back against the two sides of one coin. I believe it's time to refresh the memory of the distinguished viewers that we have already achieved the independence of our own nation, our own country, in a time that too many countries around us lost their independence. We need to remember that we are the only power in this world that have balanced relations and strategic relations with both sides of the powers in the whole world, with the East and the West, with Russia and U.S., especially nations. Our main concentration is cooperation with nations, with powers that we can have mutual interests, like we have opened our gates for investors from all over the world, as long as they are going on and committing to our own measures and our own economical laws. We have a chance, and we have a true opportunity to build the new Egypt, and we are all around our leader to achieve that goal.
Yes, so Mr. Abdurrahman, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, after taking the oath, he delivered a speech during which he, at the start of his speech, he said verses from the Quran, but after this, his first sentence was thanking the people of Egypt for their will and highly appreciating and evaluating what the Egyptian people have done for their country. And he promised to fulfill all the aspirations of the Egyptian people. Starting his speech with the thanking the Egyptian people, how did you read this?
Well, I believe that we all need to thank Allah that He has saved our army and He has saved our nation. And he has been saving our leader until now. We all should be grateful to Allah that we are the only nation that have survived throughout the catastrophes that the region has went through in the past decade. And by the text of the Holy Quran, Mr. President represented that feeling, thanking Allah that He is Almighty, that given him the responsibility to rule this country. And we are appreciating and thanking Allah for this, that we have a leader from the army, from our own army. This is the only measure of a leader as a ruler for this country. This country can never be ruled but with a leader from the army, because we are a fighting nation. We are a nation that is forced to fight all its history since the beginning of our near history, since almost 9,000 years ago. We've been fighting. We've been surrounded by threats, and we should be standing on our toes. And that's how our greater kings were always a fighter, a fighting king. The king or the ruler of this country was only provided with military knowledge as well as the ruling knowledge. Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have the same recipe for this rules for this country. That's why we are supporting our leader as soldiers. It's not a matter of choice. A soldier do not have a choice concerning the matter of the leader. We are soldiers around our own leader, and we are all thanking Allah that He has preserved our own nation, our own country, our own borders, our own lives. And we need to express that thanks to Allah with more work, with more committing with the same terms that we have started our own oath with Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi as a leader of this country, as we are one nation united on one target, which is building the new state on the measures that no other regimes before was built upon. Just united one force, economically, politically, as socially, whatsoever. This is the only way that we can achieve the target of building the new Egypt we all are dreaming of.
Yes, so Mr. Abdurrahman, also the President during his speech yesterday said that the international and the regional circumstances directly impact the internal scene, and he spoke of the foreign relations of Egypt and diplomacy. How did you also follow this?
I am sure that we have achieved a lot in regaining the true historical and the position that we really earned and we really should achieve. And we have achieved a lot. We have accomplished a lot in regaining our own position regionally and internationally, as we are all recognized as a leading power and a stronger army, the strongest army in the region. In my own opinion, based on terms, of course, I believe we are the strongest army on earth. That's my opinion, and it's based on terms, based on rules, not just words. But let's talk about other dimensions. We have strengthened our relations with our roots and brothers in Africa. They are the true roots of our own nation as Egyptians, and we have strengthened our relations with all counterparts, whether on the east, on Far East, or with North Korea, with Russia, with China, with the U.S. nations, the nation of the USA. Not just I'm not just talking politically. We have the historical ties that connect us to the whole nations of the whole world, and we have their own respect for our own leadership, for our own leading. I remember 10 years ago when the whole world was just shocked. Who is Mr. President? Who is that new leader? No one in the whole world realized the meaning of this Allah's choice to our nation until time has passed and time prevailed the true meaning of this choice, that of our leader, Mr. President Abdel al-Sisi.
Yes.
After the nations all around us got rid of the cloudy judgments that the media, the Zionist media and the Western media tried to cover the true, real speciality of our leadership, and now the whole nations realize the meaning and the great choice that Egypt has accomplished by choosing Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. We have this common vision all around the nations, all around the world.
Yes, Mr. Abdurrahman, also during President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's speech yesterday, he also spoke of a very important point, which is the private sector and its participation in various development fields, and is to be expanded during the coming phase. How did you follow this?
I believe that the success of the private sector can never be achieved unless we have that coordination between the governmental sector and the private sector as two wings for one bird, one identity. We need to remember here that the mega projects that we have accomplished, we would never, those mega projects without the military association. Only the military association that have succeeded in achieving such brave moves, brave projects, with a brave heart, that such a military association that have that that brave heart of the military association, given it the will to build and to go further, go far, even far from any other regime have ever went. We have built our own mega projects in Sinai, in Upper Egypt, in Matruh, in the western bank of Misr, of Egypt, on the eastern bank. We had the great project like Tushka, that we have went through stones. We have broken stones and mountains to build this Tushka project. One project that the past regime couldn't have the heart to start, and we have achieved it thanks to the military association. And that's how I see it. I see it as a recipe between the three powers: the economical power, the military association, economical military association, and the private sector and the governmental sector. That's, by the way, this is the only way to maintain stability of the nation. The only way to preserve the stability of the Egyptian family.
Yes,
to protect
yes,
the Egyptian sectors from monopolism, from the greed of some of the economical powers within the country. This is the only way we can preserve national security, is by the leading role of the military association, along with the cooperation of the private sector companies and the governmental companies.
Yes, Mr. Abdurrahman, also, if we go through the achievements that are made by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi since he came to office in several fields, if we start with the new cities and the integrated cities, like the new administrative capital, of course, it was very significant yesterday. This is not only a normal city, but it's going to be the capital. It started yesterday to be the capital of Egypt, and it's very soon it's going to be all its projects will be completed. So give us an idea about the integrated cities that has been established since President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office, like the new administrative capital, the New Alamein city, the Galala Plateau city. Give us an idea about the new cities.
Our own new cities are more than 25 new cities.
Yes.
Spread all over the Republic, and of course headed by the new capital. We had the new capital of Egypt, the true Egyptian capital, for the first time since even more than 5,000 years. This is the first Egyptian capital. Let me give you a piece of information here, please. That Cairo was not built by Egyptians. Cairo was built by the Fatimids, which are not Egyptians, which are not Arabs. They are Persian. Egypt didn't have a true Egyptian capital since more than 5,000 years. I'm talking about since Menf, since the ancient capitals of Egypt, like Tanis and Menf and Tiba. We have the first new capital of Egypt since 5,000 years ago. And this is all by itself a true important achievement for our own nation, our own leader, that we are regaining our own identity. We are regaining our identity as Egyptians, the great mix of African, Arabic, and Egyptian nation. This spirit should be spread and cultivated in each and every mind of each and every Egyptian citizen on this ground. We need
Yes.
to let go of the Western influences, whether
Yes.
politically, whether economically. We need to start our own, building our own personality of Egypt, like Dr. Gamal Hamdan have mentioned years ago.
Yes, Mr. Abdurrahman, also linking, if we are speaking about the integrated cities, also the president was keen during the national makeup projects to link all the integrated cities, the 25 new cities that were established in Egypt in several governorates, to link them with each other. For example, linking the new Alamein city in the north coast with the Al Ain al-Sukhna city or the Galala plateau. So how did you see this being aware of linking and connecting the cities with each other?
That represents a higher vision, not just building, not just taking the decision of starting to build a city here or a city there. We have a vision. The leadership has a vision, a strategic vision, and connecting those cities with the new net of transportations roads and those roads, by the way, when the United States of America was first established, it was built upon those net of roads that connected the whole country. New cities connected by the new roads, and we can never forget the tunnels of that go beneath the Suez Canal that connected Sinai to Central Egypt. We have a common vision, a higher vision that is seeking how to make it best of our own position as the gate of the continent of Africa, the African continent, and the leading position geographically in the Arabic East and in the Middle East.
Yes. Also, a great leap have been witnessed in the transportation system in Egypt, the light train, the speed train, also the third phase of the green line of the underground that is going to be also completed very soon. Also the monorail, several transportation systems, the new trains, cartridges that have been exported in order to facilitate the movement of the citizens.
Well, I remember how 30 years ago or 25 years ago, we were so happy with only one line of transportation of the metro. But now we have too many lines with modern transportations on the highest levels.